Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Volume 3, Number 9 of Construmat's Knowledge and Experience Series. We are honored today to welcome Dr. Kwame Annor, an esteemed HR practitioner renowned for his expertise in HR and leadership, with a wealth of experience in various key roles across different organizations, including Broad Spectrum Limited, CFAO PLC, and Jospon groups of companies. Dr. Annor brings a wealth of insights to our session today. As a senior certified professional of the Society for Human Resource Management and a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance, his credentials speak volumes about his expertise. Today, Dr. Annor will be sharing his insights on cultivating a growth mindset for personal and professional success, a topic that resonates deeply with individuals striving for continuous improvement and excellence. Join us as we delve into strategies and principles for fostering growth mindsets in both personal and professional spheres. Dr. Annor, good morning and welcome to today's session.
Hello, good morning, family. How are you doing?
We're doing very well. I hope you are too.
I am well. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to share knowledge. This morning, I won't take too much of your time. I'll make sure by the 1 hour's time, we share something tangible that will change our lives forever. I've gone through this process myself. I've got the opportunity to learn, and my life had never been the same, because at a point in time, some of us were earmarked as very successful in class. Unfortunately, those of us who could not change our minds could not grow, because we continue to receive praise from our teachers, from our parents, from our peers, for which reason we the world. That led to fixed growth, fixed mindsets. And that's what I want to discuss today. So I won't take too much of your time. The first thing I want to talk about is the fact that man, know thyself. Do you know yourself? Are you fixed mindset or growth mindset? I share some tools, and I have received very interesting outcomes, and I'll discuss that. But we've heard the mantra or the jargon, the buzzwords, growth mindset. What is it at all? This was first propounded by Carol Dweck. She is a Stanford psychologist who came up with the concept of mindsets. And he says, mindset is a set of beliefs, and these beliefs shape how we make sense of the world, how we interact with the world, and how we believe about ourselves, which impacts our success or failure. So that's our mindset. So if you have the mindset that you are successful, definitely you'll be successful. Take it. If you build a mindset that you are a failure and you label yourself as such, certainly I can assure you, you'll be a failure. That is why I caution parents to be careful how they tell their children in our account balance, indeed, they will never, or they will amount to nothing. That's the power of words. Because the things we hear are the key foundation to our personal beliefs systems. So understanding what mindset is, the question I will ask is, what is fixed mindset and growth mindset? When you say somebody has a fixed mindset, they have a unique view. They have a unique view about life. They believe strongly that wherever they are today are inherent. They are stable. They were born with it. Nobody can take it away from them. They can't do anything about it. It is what it is. Then we have another set of beliefs. what we call growth mindsets. And we say these people are the people who view intelligence, abilities, talents as something that can be learned. If you speak nicely, you were not born with it. And if I were born in the Everland, excuse me to say, as an example, and my dialect is in a particular way, I can learn it. To speak like somebody who was born in the Americas or the British. So they don't believe that intelligence, abilities, talents are not learnable. There's nothing fixed, but there's always an opportunity to learn and grow. Everyone can change and grow through what I call application and experience. And that's what makes the difference between someone with fixed mindset and someone who is growth mindset. The question I'm asking this morning is, who are you? Which of the categories do you belong to? Man, know thyself. Interestingly, when you want to hear somebody, when people talk, you will know that this man or woman or boy or girl, student or pupil, is either fixed in mind or possess growth mindset. How do you know? I'm going to give you some few examples. In your workbook, when you get time, you can print it and take it out and let it guide you for your future studies. This young man says, that job position is totally out of my league. I don't have what it takes to do it. Somebody brought a job advertisement in a newspaper, showed it to him, and said, well, trust me, this is beyond me. You even look at it. Tell me, is he fixed mindset or growth mindset? Because this person believes that he can't do anything about who he is today in terms of abilities to perform in a particular role. Another person, yes, well, this job looks challenging. Let me apply for it. Who is he? Somebody say, well, see, you are invited to come and speak at an event. And he said, oh, no. I'm so scared of public speaking. There's no way this will go well with me. I can't even, I wobble. I won't even try. Who is this? Growth mindset or fixed mindset? I'm going to prepare, do my best, and be easy on myself in the process on that day. That's another option. That's what the other person said. Somebody says, no, thanks. I just know I won't like it. So there's no point trying it. He does not believe that he can even try anything. When it comes to change, no, I can't change. This is who I am. Yet, the same person can confidently pick the one the ladies you saw their faces, a makeup, and just change her face beautifully. Go for a haircut beautifully, the young guys. And yet, they think change is so difficult to them and that they won't try. While their colleagues say, that's just who I am, I can't change it. One will say, well, change is very, very difficult, but I'll give it a try. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real. We have two groups of people. One group that believe that they can learn and change. In catastrophic situations, there are those with fixed mindset because of the implication that if they don't already have the skills or intelligence to complicate that, there's nothing to do. Let us leave it as it is. We are done. Can I ask a question? You can put your answer in the chat box. In Ghana, our leaders, or all of them, or some of them, have fixed or growth mindsets. Think about it. There's one thing I need to discuss, because we see praise as source of motivation. We think praising children is an amazing way of motivating them into greater heights. The issue is not the praise in itself. The issue is how we praise the people and the children. So I wanted to ask you to provide some names and think about it of some of your colleagues you started class 1 with, those you completed your first degree with, and ask yourself these questions. I want you to go and check the backgrounds of people with professor titles. The number of those people who had first classes. Check also those who had third classes and upper and lower, and you'll be amazed what has happened to some of them. I've met few guys in the law faculty who made first classes and still could not make it at the entrance exam. Why? The more people praise them as being intelligent, the more fixated they become. And anytime they fail at a course or a subject, they retire totally and call themselves failures. They even attempt to tell lies. Because sometimes not all the praises we give to ourselves will indeed bring about change in terms of growth. And therefore, I want to share my thoughts with you. As Carol Dweck and her colleagues found in a research, that when you are praising, in the effort of praising people, focus on the results and not the people. I asked myself, the very best person who was in my class, amazing personality, very solid personality. We thought by this time you could be a professor, because he was the go-to person when it comes to solving mathematics questions in class. He was labeled as an intelligence. Nobody cared about how he got the results. Nobody cared. Nobody asked. They praised him. Today, I don't want to describe his state to you. Why? Because immediately you start labeling people as smart, they build what we called, or it drives or fosters fixed mindsets. Suggesting to them that their abilities are static and unchangeable. But is that true? It is not always the case. I'll tell you something about Enron. Enron was once a global giant. Enron was a gas company in the United States of America, a global big conglomerate, decided to build a particular leadership. And what did they do? The HR practitioners decided to have solid talents, solid team advisedly, keep the word solid team in your mind. They decided to apply the principles of bringing talents into an organization, very high-priced talents, like bringing Ronaldo and the rest to Manchester United. They applied the same methodology. So at the point in time, Enron paid heavy price for talents, brought them together, described them as super talents, intelligent managers. And you see, something interesting happened. Instead of focusing on the results, instead of focusing on the process, they focus on the results. So they built a culture of fixed mindset. Why? Because they pride themselves with intelligence. They pride themselves with being solid team. And eventually, one interesting thing happened. Culture of arrogance. Culture of not facing the realities. Inability to think differently. Inability to see things differently. That led to a mindset of lack of accountability. As the individuals believe their abilities are fixed and not subject to improvement through effort or learning. Enron focused on promoting and rewarding individuals based on perceived innate abilities rather than actual performance or potential. Enron is no more. How did Enron's culture of worshiping talents and fostering a fixed mindset contribute to the company's downfall? Why? Accountability died, ethical standards fell, organizational performance gone. Sometimes this is what we do. And I'll tell you what we did to Ghana. And the very day I was watching TV and I heard Baumia announce the best talented economic management team, I knew we were dead as a nation. It is not about their intelligence. It is about the ability to learn and to rise up when they fall and to recapture the commanding heights of the economy. It is not about titles. It is not about how intelligent and solid they are. It is about the ability to learn quickly from our past and mistakes and to rise up and change things in the proper course or in a good manner. In the notes I shared with you, the workbook, when you take your time, read the Enron story and answer just 2 questions for me and reflect upon it and ask yourself, in the organization in which I work, are we fixed mindsets or we are able to learn from our mistakes and we are not priding ourselves with the accolades, titles, and innate abilities which we think cannot be changed, and that we are a solid team. Let me tell you, research will tell you that the solid people are the most liars. Do you know why? Because they do not want people to think they are failures, for which reason they will never come back and apologize, even when they make a mistake, and to learn from their mistake. Carol and her team conducted the research, and this is what they found out. Most clever students who think they were intelligent at a point in time attempted a test. And when they did not do well, and they were asked Nobody saw their results. They were asked, please write a letter indicating your outcomes and why, how they got this done. They all told a lie because they saw that unsuccessful attempt as a failure. And since they do not want to learn about it and to improve, they told a lie so as to maintain the status quo that they are still intelligent, though they failed. Jim Collins also took a look at an organization, and there's this book I would recommend that every young man or woman who is aspiring to be an organizational leader must read. It is a must read. In fact, there are two books. I'll look for the titles and share. James Collins' book is entitled From Good to Great. He studied 11 companies globally. And these 11 companies he selected were the same companies in the same industry with the same performance levels and certain criteria the same for 15 years. That's what he saw. He realized that some of them were not doing well. Others were doing exceptionally well. They were charismatic leaders. They were amazing leaders. They had all the qualifications we can talk about and the experience. But others were doing well. Others were not doing well. So he wanted to study this and to find out what is happening. And this is what he saw. He saw that some of the leaders in organization did not pride themselves as charismatic, did not pride themselves as super, did not pride themselves as intelligent than the others, did not pride themselves, we are the super guys at the boardroom, but rather at any given point in time in the boardroom, they generated what are called healthy controversy and debates and learned from the debates. They didn't say, we know. They were not characterized by self-efficacy, that they know everything. They understood that they do not know all, for which reason at any opportunity they got, they tried to learn something new. According to Jim Collins, these leaders possess a rare ability to confront their own mistakes. They don't make mistakes and go and hide. They make mistakes and confront them. They make mistakes and they see their shortcomings on a daily basis. They ask their teams to evaluate their competences, how they are leading their teams. They didn't keep quiet. They didn't come around as bossing overall, knowing all. We are the gurus in the boardroom. One CEO said that for me, any opportunity I get, I orchestrate debates within the boardroom. And I leverage on the diverse perspectives and the experience of board members to enrich my decision-making processes. Others will not do that. Others think they are even better than the board people. In view of that, they had fixed mindsets. Others have solid growth mindset. And the commitment to learn from others underscored their humility and dedication to continuously improve. And these 11 companies over the 15 years did so well. Let's compare to that of Annor, where they brought talents who said they were more intelligent than all other people, and there was no need to learn from mistakes. We are the gurus. And let's compare to the other people who built companies from the scratch with humility, empathy, knowing that they are humans and they may have to learn more from other people. I'll tell you, if you're an entrepreneur, you have no option than to build, or you need a growth mindset. Why? Because it allows you to move to new fields. If you are fixated in mind, if you cannot change, if you cannot define your future, trust me, what will happen? You cannot develop and go into other areas. Credit to Joseph Sion Ejapon. He has no master's degree from any university I know. He is not a doctoral PhD thesis anywhere, but the man has a solid growth mindset. From time to time, he thinks about the future and looks at what the future would be and set companies to meet the future demands to enrich himself. As an entrepreneur, you need to be resilient and you need growth mindset. Resilience is the capacity to recover from and move through difficult situations. It is critical for every entrepreneur. Growth mindset will enable you to iterate your products. You will try it, it will fail, you will try it to fail, but eventually, because you are looking for opportunities and to improve upon them, you are not fixed mindset, you would grow because you try, you learn from it, you try, you learn from it, you don't reject it, you uncover your product weaknesses, and then you translate them into a very valuable product. That's why you need mindset, growth mindset. And as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, a lady, a young man who wants to succeed, you need to you have to be humble. Growth mindset will keep you humble. Why? A growth mindset consistently reminds you that, hey, there's more to learn. I have not arrived. I have a lot to do. I have places to go. I need to combat stagnation. People need situations. People need attitudes. People need motivations. But hey, there's nothing I can do. This is the situation. I must humble myself and to know I'm not the guru in the boardroom. Accept constructive criticisms and grow. See, it is very difficult sometimes to just accept some of these things when some of us, heard them. But hey, that is what it is. To survive in a turbulent, uncertain conditions in this world as we find ourselves, this environment, we need to build solid growth mindsets. What can you do to build a growth mindset? One, believe that your own effort matters and not any genetic modifications, your own efforts. Rather than thinking that your abilities are fixed, your innate abilities are fixed, you are stuck and you can't do anything about yourself. Have a growth mindset, believe that with effort and hard work, I can break through. Let me use the religious phrase, I can break through. So believe in yourself. For a time, I would have told you where I started from. I started from a day secondary school. Nobody gave me a dog chance, I'm telling you. I didn't wait for anybody to praise me. I took my destiny into my own damn hands. I believed in my own ability. That environment cannot limit me. Where I come from, the circumstances under which I was born will not limit me. I believed in my own efforts, worked hard. You need to learn new skills on a daily basis. That's how you build your growth mindset. That's how you develop your mindset for growth. When faced with a challenge, don't run away. Look for ways to develop the knowledge and the skills that you need to overcome and triumph. You have no option. View failure as a learning experience. That's when you are building a growth mindset. You don't fail at something and admit that I am a failure. You are not a failure. You failed at an attempt. Try again. Learn from it. People with growth mindset don't believe that failure is a reflection of their abilities. Instead, what they do is that they view it as a valuable resource of experience from the way they do things and how they can improve. Another thing people don't get is that it requires mental toughness. Life is not for babies. You've grown up, trust me. Maybe you haven't seen anything before. Wake up. Wake up. You need to build tough or mental toughness and increase your ability to be successful in life. How do you build mental toughness? Again, believe in yourself. Keep trying. Care for yourself. Wake up at dawn and go and run. Go to the gym. Eat well. Look for growth opportunities everywhere. Anytime you see an opportunity in your business, raise up your hand. It is not about the money you get. It is what you get on doing the job for the future. That's what matters. So if you work in an organization and there is an opportunity for something to be done, you know your project management skills, they are going to hire a project manager. Until the project manager comes, raise your hand and say, hey, I can do this. Give me the opportunity to do it. When he comes, I will hand over to him. That period, you've learned a lot. It's not about the money, ladies and gentlemen. It is about what you learn on the job. That is growth mindsets. I remember somebody asking me, the way you present this makes me feel that I need to motivate myself. I said, yes, motivation comes from you. We can give you encouragement externally, but intrinsic motivation is from you. So what do you do to boost your own intrinsic motivation? Ladies and gentlemen, you need to challenge yourself, your own self. You need to pursue a goal that is achievable, but not necessarily easy. You need to challenge. Keep your interests intact and improve on your self-esteem every day. Offer feedback, accept feedback on areas you can improve. One of the things I'll do is once I'm done, I'll ask you anytime you want to, I'll give my number, call me and give me feedback. I don't want to hear praises because that will not help me to improve. Don't want to hear big jargons, excellent. The guy is a very intellectual. I am not. I am learning on a daily basis. And stay curious. If you want to build your intrinsic motivation, you must challenge yourself and stay curious. Look for things that grab your attention and that you want to learn more about on a daily basis. And take control. Take control, take control, take charge. See, it can sometimes be so difficult to intrinsically motivate yourself. I'm telling you, if you don't feel that you have any real influence over a particular outcome, it is true. But trust me, sit back, reflect, look for ways that you can take an active role in what you think you do not have control over. Don't fear competition. Therefore, I don't fear a damn competition. No way. Don't be afraid of any competition. Don't be afraid. There might be other people trying to reach the same goals as you, but remember, the world is made up of full of abundance. They come in different shapes and forms. Yes. Don't be afraid of competition. Don't give up because other people are coming into your space. Don't compare your progress or journey to anyone else. It is your destiny. It is you. Don't compare. We were not born the same day, the same time. We don't have the same genes. The markings in our palms, not the same. The way I speak, I can't speak like you do. I can't copy you. I can't mimic you. What I learn on daily basis, different from what you are learning. We can start from the same point, but trust me, I will not look whether you are running faster or not. I'll get to the destination which I have earmarked for myself. Simplicity. So don't be afraid of competition. And don't compare your progress with anyone else. You can look to others for motivation and inspiration. But remember that we have different paths. In Ghana, we live in our comfort zone. 67th independence anniversary. And we continue to tell people how we were the first to obtain independence in Sub-Saharan Africa. And yet, after independence, people came to us, learned how to cultivate palm oil, palm fruit and palm trees. And Malaysia took our palm trees, went to develop seedlings. They did not just convert them into red oil for ademe, banku and okra soup, and PC and the rest. They converted the oil into a biodiesel. And we are still in our comfort zone. Ladies and gentlemen, how do we move from our comfort zone? Comfort zone is a behavioral state within which a person operates in anxiety-free condition, using a limited set of behaviors to deliver a certain amount of performance without taking any risk. That's comfort zone. How do you enter your growth zone? And for me, this is very important. Because that's what will change our lives. Because after going through same, I changed my life. Knowing that there are 4 zones in everybody's life to say, I've self-actualized, I've arrived. Today, we are all in our comfort zones. There is something that limits you and I from moving from where we are to the next level. It is called the fear zone. And I'm speaking from the positive psychology point of view. And once you move out of your fear zone, you go into a learning zone. And that is where you transition into what we call growth zone. That's where you develop growth mindsets. At the comfort zone, you feel so safe. Your salary is okay. Your current condition is okay. Your 1-bedroom is okay. One house you have is okay. What you are learning is okay. What you have learned is okay. The certification you have acquired is okay. It's okay. I fear to move from that place to another level. And all the time you look for excuses not to move to the next level. But once you're able to transition across your fear zone, you get to a point called learning zone. Dealing with challenges, as I've stated already, and extending the comfort zone. And then you reach a place where you see growing, setting goals on your own, finding purpose in life, finding resilience, building your dreams and aspirations, and seeing them realized because you took a bold step. I recommend about 4 ways of moving, and this is my practical experience after going through this. That's what I learned about 8 years ago. Do everything differently. Every day, do things differently. The days are not the same. Maybe if I get opportunity to speak to you again, that I'll be used PowerPoint presentation, that's what I was led to do, and I'll do that. I may speak nicely. I may speak more audibly than this. Because maybe I'm in my comfort zone that day. But if you want to move from your comfort zone to growth zone, do everyday things differently. Your PowerPoint presentation skills should not remain same. Your communication skills should remain same. In everyday life, there is ample opportunity to challenge ourselves. See, turn off your mobile phone small and get away from what? Television. And decide what you want to wear quickly. Do things differently. Choose your colors differently. I know a lady, he sits behind television, and what he does is anytime he sees a man here in a particular dress, he'll go and buy same, and I can tell it doesn't fit her because on this man here do not have the same size and height and color. Do something differently that will fit you yourself. Secondly, to move from your comfort zone, expand your professional skills. I told somebody about 6 months ago that project management today is no longer a profession. It is a soft skill. They were laughing at me, but I'm telling you here, project management today is a soft skill. It is not a professional competency you should go for and say, I'm a project manager. Managing which project? Every day you manage a project. Every blessed day. So you need that as a soft skill to drive your processes and how you manage your products. So expand your professional skills. Grow your skills. Foster creativity, because that will refresh your confidence, self-confidence, and increase your employability. Skills like public speaking, negotiation, leadership can present new opportunities for many people in our world. But what do? Try a new diet. It's another important thing. Try something. Leave your comfort food and do something different. Eat something else. Try something else. And then take time to work out to the next level. And be creative. Please challenge your own belief systems. Move from being a mediocre performer and challenge yourself that I can do it. Explore alternative perspectives. That can be very uncomfortable. And that's what will drive your growth and provide insights by challenging an entrenched belief. Some of us, apart from somebody preaching to us, we have never taken the Bible, the Quran, to read ourselves to understand on our own way. Let us learn to practice honesty. We should embrace sensitivity, and honesty can be tremendous catalyst for personal growth. Because if you know you are not doing enough, you must work hard, be honest to yourself, and work hard. Don't perpetuate the failure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I would bring my conversation to an end and take 1 or 2 questions if there need be. Those I can answer, trust me, I will answer here. Those I can answer, I'll come back to you with an answer. And I recommend few books. One of them is Jim Collins' book, Good to Great, how people have built businesses and converted them from good to great businesses. Another book by Carol Dweck is Mindsets. It's a book that can change your life. Grab a copy. I'll look for the cover pages and share with the facilitators. Grab a copy, read it yourself, and acquire the knowledge that would drive and move you from fixed mindset to super growth mindsets that will harness your potential for good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Annor. I know we are eager to ask questions, but before we proceed to our Q&A session, I'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to you, Dr. Annor, for this enlightening presentation on cultivating a growth mindset for personal and professional success. Your insights have been truly incredible this morning and valuable, and we appreciate that you have been able to candidly share your thoughts with us today. Now we're opening the floor to our audience for questions and then discussions. Please, let's feel free to engage with Dr. Annor as he has passionately done with us this morning. I see Emmanuel Atier's hand is up. Emmanuel, you can go ahead with your question.
Okay, good morning, everyone, and thanks, a very big thank you to our presenter. Please, I want to understand from your presentation, we realize that praise can lead to a fixed mindset, and we as parents, if you are not careful, we may end up using praises to create fixed mindset for our children or even as adults. Please, I want to see how moderate our praise can be, or what is the place of praises in making a growing mindset, please.
All right, so I can take it now, right?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay. So, my brother, research indicates that offering personal praise, of labeling somebody or your child as smart, intelligent, leads to fixed mindsets. When you tell your child he's the most intelligent, he's smart, you are focusing on what? The results only. But when you are praising the child based on processes, it changes the conversation. So, for instance, in the handbook, please, workbook, share with them. You see that I said, if your child achieves a high score in a mathematics end of term exams, and you praise him as high, look, you are really talented at mathematics. What will happen the day he fails at mathematics test? He will retire to failure. He will call himself failure. You receive an A on your test. You are focused on the results. But what we are saying is that, or we are recommending is that, focus on the process praise. Focus on the process praise. Why? Because the process praise might take a form like, I am impressed by the dedication you put into studying for your master's. It is not the outcome. I am impressed by the dedication you put into studying for your master's. The languages are not the same. You are not telling him he's smart. You are telling him you can continue to improve by investing time and energy and effort and even becoming better than you have scored. You know you got an A. You may get 100 over 100. Maybe you got 79. So you review the material multiple times. You look for assistance. Your teacher helped you. You tackle problems. You solve past questions. You tested yourself. Wow. Your approach, your process paid off. What you are doing for this child is to motivate him to continue to grow by going beyond problems. Me, you know I don't like examination. It's one of the useless ways of assessing how competent people are. Because, hey, I can punch accurately. Those of us who believe in Holy Spirit can punch. We can look at it and pray, punch, and go and get my 3 questions and answer and get out. Then you come and praise me. So the day my punching fails, I'm a failure. I hope I made sense.
Yes.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Annor, for your response. I think your mic, okay, right, so you're back now. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I also have a question. I've had the opportunity to speak with a few business owners who share the frustration of having all these wild ideas, have the thoughts of moving their team to the growth mindset, to be able to carry them along to where they want the business to go, but unfortunately do not have that. Are there any specific strategies or initiatives that these persons can implement, or that you have found to have worked for you in some of the organizations that you've worked in, that would effectively promote this mindset in the teams that we work with?
Yeah, fantastic. So I'm going to tell you my personal experience and what some of the people have done for me. So my first board meeting I attended when I was nominated as a high potential was at Airtel. Amazing woman called Lucy Quest, who understood this concept of growth mindset, invited me to sit in one board meeting and to make a presentation on behalf of my MD, functional head, HR director. Ladies and gentlemen, it took me 1 week to prepare my presentation, to perfect it, because, and had what I call dry runs with different people. And when I went into the boardroom to make my presentation, I was shivering, I was shaking, I was praying that nobody would ask me a question. Man, the questions came anyway. I have no option to answer them. And I answered them into perfection because I had prepared. See, the best teacher is experience. So why don't you sell the vision and leave the details for them to go and work around it and bring it? Why don't you set cross-functional teams and give them the task and ask them to come with the fine details? It is not about the degrees you go and pay for them to attend our drive growth mindset. No. It is opportunities, experiential opportunities you provide for the people, for them to know they have a place here in this business. It matters a lot. How many of them can look into the faces of their employees who they want to have growth mindset and give them solid feedback, constructive feedback? How many? When it comes to handling projects, how many of them have the confidence to give those projects and include the young ones who are so hungry, make them part of the projects? I want them to answer. How do they challenge them to think differently? Some of these business leaders, are they not afraid of some of us that we are going to steal their business ideas? Are they not afraid? Some of them are afraid, I'm telling you. Tell them to share your strategy. They'll tell you, I don't believe in strategy. I believe in the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. That's what I might interpret. And the same people say the people don't want to grow. How many of them give these children and young people what I call friendly challenges? In fact, in Ghana, it is a problem. I decided to do succession plans for companies for free, and no one invited me, I'm telling you. Because once you're done with the succession plan, you need to implement it come with a cost. How many are telling the Ghanaian youth to be tenacious? How many? How many of us? How many of us are inspiring others to be like them? How many? How many? How many are being bold to speak the truth so that we can be honest as well? How many? Today, when's the last time you heard Enyansafo in this town? We don't have the balls to speak. How many? How many leaders? I have people, they say, they are my mentors, they are my mentees. I've identified brilliant people in town. I don't like where they come from. I don't like their political affiliation, but they are excellent and solid. For which reason? Come, let me mentor you. How many of us have Kwame Piani as our mentor? How many of us? We are waiting for Kwame Piani to die. And all of a sudden, he goes with all the knowledge to the graveyard. Done. All of us are sitting here. How many of us are going to Sam Jonah and say Sam Jonah, at the point in time, you're African #1. How did you do it? I think you are taking me too far this morning, but it's okay. Thank you,
Dr. Annor. Thank you. So we have some questions in the chat box as well. I would want to read them out to you so that we can hear your thoughts on them. From Chelsea, she says, thank you, Dr. Kwame Annor. How can one balance self-confidence with humility in the context of cultivating a growth mindset and acknowledging their abilities?
I think this conversation is a bigger one, but I'll tell you something. Self-confidence, in fact, is a product, an outcome of growth mindsets. If you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know something, would you have enough confidence in your proposition? No. However, there is a thin line between being arrogant and being assertive. If you do not have growth mindset, you cannot be assertive. Being assertive simply means communicating by giving and offering different options. So you can't look at my face and say, you're a liar. You think you are being assertive and confident because you have alternative solution. But when you choose your words carefully and come across as respectful while challenging the assumptions, is better. So if you are not growth-minded person, you don't have a lot of options. You haven't grown, you haven't studied enough about the subject matter. And you go and speak grammar, you may come across as somebody who is arrogant, right? But if you have grown and you have alternatives, you present your alternative in constructively as possible as to why yours is a better option, and you'll not be seen as being arrogant. That's my little take on that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. We also have a question here from Beryl. She wants to know if there are any potential drawbacks or misconceptions that are associated with promoting a growth mindset.
Oh, yes. I've heard a lot. I've heard people from religious background saying that, hey, how God created you, you cannot change it. I've heard how people are saying leadership is not made, leadership is born. We're born, they are innate things. And therefore, all this growth mindset stuff is not true. But let me ask you one question. Madam, do you eat fufu? Do you eat fufu?
I think I'll dance that for her. Yes, she does. She eats fufu.
She eats fufu. Ask her when she was born. The very day she was born, she was given fufu to eat. So how did she learn how to eat fufu? Is it not part of the growth? So why didn't her stomach, the intestine, reject the fufu when he started eating the fufu? Because he wasn't born with the ability to eat fufu. So these are some of the problems. Everything in Africa is religion. And we are challenging the assumptions and the creative power of God by saying that people can turn their own abilities into superhuman beings. Get at least 10 solid people to come and tell you only their stories, where they started from and where they are today. And you realize that they believed consciously or unconsciously about a growth mindset, that I have the ability to grow by thinking and converting my failures into learning opportunities, constantly looking for opportunities to grow. That's what they've done. And they don't believe that their innate abilities must limit them from becoming and achieving something high. I don't care where you come from. You may be born in front or a barrier in a forest area in Ashanti region. Yet you can come up to become the president of the Republic of Ghana. You have the ability to do so and do so. Go get it done. It can be done. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Annor. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of today's session, today's very enlightening session on cultivating a growth mindset for personal and professional success with Dr. Annor. I trust that you have all found his insights and expertise both valuable and inspiring. As we reflect on the key takeaways from our discussion, let us remember the importance of embracing a mindset of continuous learning, resilience, and adaptability in our journeys towards personal and professional growth. Dr. Annor, we are sincerely grateful for your time and for honoring us when we called on you to participate in our K&E session and to share your expertise with us. On behalf of everyone here, I would extend our heartfelt appreciation for your invaluable contributions. Thank you to everyone else who has joined us today on this session. We look forward to seeing you on our final episode for this season or for this volume next week. Until then, I urge all of us to stay curious, stay driven, and to cultivate that growth mindset that Dr. Annor has been preaching about today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this call today. Dr. Annor, thank you once again. It's been truly inspiring listening to you.
Thank you very much. God bless you all.
God bless you, Dr. Annor. Thank you.